Okay, Joe, you going first? Carlos?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay.
Coach, for the first several minutes of the game, Louisiana Tech really couldn't get anything going on the offensive end. They were pretty much reduced to shooting from outside. And then it seemed like they started getting the ball into the mid-post and finding some cutters and getting some dribble penetration, some lobs as well at the rim. Was there some sort of an adjustment that kind of changed the complexion of the game, or what was happening there?
Well, I thought defensively we were really good early and kind of set the pace. And they missed a few shots, but I thought we were ready to play and came out. And, what happens is just with the young teams, you kind of you lessen up a little bit on the reins and just start playing freelance and taking things for granted. And we were our worst enemy. Now, I give La Tech a lot of credit. They got back into the game, but we had just so many turnovers and got sloppy with the ball instead of just taking care of our business and continue with just 1 inch at a time, getting that spread and getting that lead. We just started making home run plays and took some bad shots. But it's just early and we've got so many young kids on the team, and it's a lot of growing pains, and we're gonna have to get through this. So I'm praying for patience, and I have to remember that because we did win. The guys played hard. You just made a lot of silly mistakes, and I'm sure everybody saw. And it's frustrating for the fans as well as our coaching staff.
Well, how did you like the team's response? Because midway through the second half, Louisiana Tech had a couple of possessions where they could have taken the lead, and then you kind of stretched it out down there at the end and won with a certain amount of comfort, a little bit of a spread. So
it was, and again, give our guys credit. I thought Davion Harmon had a really, really good game. Hit a big shot there, the clock running down. Then he, out of a timeout, we ran a play for him. He finished there, but what I really appreciated is he had 6 assists and just 1 turnover, and that's again one of our big challenges is to take care of the ball, and he did that.
And your thoughts on defensive rebounding?
Yeah, that was another bright spot. Thanks, Joe. You're going to be positive today, so we'll end on that. But that was our bright spot. We did a great job of rebounding, and I think we held them to 6 offensive rebounds. Our goal is about 6 or 7. We did that, and then you look defensively. I think overall it was a good game, not a great game, but good.
Hey, Coach, I know Pop's had some problems with turnovers, but he had 4 assists tonight. 10 points. How do you feel like he's played in these first 3 games?
For Pop, it's been kind of a roller coaster. He's up, but when he's up, boy, he's really good. Some of the passes and the shots he makes, he's just going to have to try to find a medium. We'd rather have him, instead of just great and not very good, just find that medium in there where he can play consistent, and he's doing that. He's trying so hard, and it's just such adjustment for all these freshmen on this level. The quickness, the athleticism, how fast the game is, and we said all along it's going to take a while for these guys to grow up.
And speaking of that, how many guys do you expect? I know it's early, but just looking ahead, how many guys do you expect to really be in the rotation come Big 12 time?
Yeah, that's a great question. We're just trying to find consistency. We have some guys that are more consistent on the defensive end, and we have some more consistent on the offensive end. So, there's a strength in our depth, but at the same time, it's certainly challenging because we just got a whole lot of guys that are just playing about the same, and we need a couple of them to break loose, and there's a couple doing that. I think JT's showing a little bit of consistency, and we've got KO and Bacho. We just need that 3 or 4 more of those guys to between Kerwin and Elijah, and to step up. I thought DeMar had a big place. Got in and got a huge charge for us. We put him on the defensive end. So, it's everybody's got a chance, and we've tell them that, and they come ready for practice every day, and they just need to be patient too and keep working hard, and we'll find them.
Mark, I know you've been talking about how this was a learning experience, but how important was it to kind of see Davion just assert himself in that second half?
Yeah, it was a real bright spot for us because he's been our best defensive player overall besides Bacho, and to see him assert himself and do that on the for the second game in a row, he's been really consistent the last 2 games as far as taking care of the ball and hitting some shots and finishing and that was certainly something we needed, and he really he's upped his game, and he plays well. It makes us all better, and he's such a great facilitator too that he gets everybody around him better.
I know it'd be easy, but it's kind of early. But is that one of the reasons you brought him here, was just to calm down the guys? Because it seemed like at that point where you were up only 2, and then he makes that layup, you guys go on that 14-1 run to create that separation later on.
Yeah, I mean, we've this team in the past is this program tradition has been built on older guys, experienced players. So, having him come in and the experience he has, and have KO back, and then Fordas, who is going to give us a lot of that experience too, is desperately needed with so many young guys.
In terms of the defense, I know Bacho had 6 blocks today. How important was he
Did
just to kind of
Bacho have
establish?
6 blocks?
He had
Is
6
that right?
blocks.
I shouldn't yelled at him in the locker room afterwards, I guess. No, that's great. He's consistent there. He's such a great rim protector. I even thought on that last one when they said he fouled the 3-point shot. I don't, but it was great effort on his part. So, we've got to, Bachos can score too. So we're gonna. He had 9 points, but. I think we're going to see really an improvement on the offensive in him as we move into the Big 12.
Coach, KJ had a couple big blocks, kind of momentum swinging plays. It felt like. What did you see from him, and what speak about his development?
he was one of the guys that we pointed out in the locker room after the game, making a really some big defensive plays, and he's deceptive. Guys, maybe. 6'6", we'll give him maybe a half inch there, but he plays big. We call him, he's kind of our Charles Barkley, and plays tough and aggressive, and just he's a guy that can really get up and hang in the air and make plays on both ends of the floor, and he's really one of our best passers too. So, and he's been a little bit nervous as well. I think we're going to see a lot better KJ in the future. He's had some really good practices this last 2 or 3 weeks.
Coach, you've started the same starting lineup the past 3 games. Going into Maui, do you expect that to stay the same, or are you going to kind of shake it up?
I'm open. If you guys want any suggestions, we can talk about it. It's we've gone with that lineup. We may change it up. It's kind of like we do defensively. We switch so much that we're guarding everybody, and we're going to play a lot of people and then try to find the right combination that we feel good at the end of the game. But more than likely, we'll probably go with that same lineup.
And it seems like a big emphasis this year has been on ball movement. But are there times where you see guys get open looks and they kind of pass it up? Do you wish they'd take those shots?
Yeah, maybe we just come down and shoot it quick so we don't turn it over. That may be our next strategy. Just don't pass it all. But there's a fine line there that you can overpass, especially when you turn the ball over. But this team's been unselfish, and we still had 16 assists, and that's a good number. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. God bless y'all. Thank you.
I guess just overall, how do you kind of feel you've developed so far, and what was it like to kind of see a guy like Davion Harmon just kind of really calm you all down and see what a point guard can kind of do for a team?
DH, he's a really good leader, man. He kind of, told us in the huddles, just, stay calm, everything's going to come together. He's a senior, has experience. So, that was huge for us tonight for sure.
In terms of what you saw from him, what are some learning lessons you can take on, obviously, going into the future? Certainly turnovers are something that you're trying to work on, but what were some things you saw him just do without the ball that really kind of helped y'all kind of get the victory today?
Yeah, I would say the overall takeaway probably just how he stayed calm under pressure. The game probably got tight a little bit there for a second. He stayed calm and got us through that, so that's probably the biggest thing.
Got within 2 points, I want to say 39-37, then he gets that layup. You finish it off with a pair of free throws. What did he do, or what did y'all feel you did during that 14-1 run that kind of separated things?
We just came back together as a team. Coach told us we need to get back to being ourselves, get back to moving the ball. We knew they liked to run the side defense just like we did with Coach Hester being there, so just trying to figure out ways to manipulate that and, eventually come out with the victory.
Daniel, you had 6 blocks today. I know you did a little bit more on the offensive end too, but just what was it like to control the paint and not be in foul trouble today?
Yeah, my teammates were doing a good job at siding them, make sure they come to me, and I had to do my job and make sure I meet them. So, my teammates were doing their job.
In terms of Davion, can you just speak to what he did for you? I know he was finding you in the post as well. I guess what were some positive things he did for you all tonight?
GH, even if he doesn't pass you the ball, or his energy, the way he just plays, when you see that, he just contamine me. I want to do the same. So he's a great leader.
What can you learn from a game today where you turn the ball over 20 times, but you're able to figure out a way to get a victory?
You gotta be like the game is never over. You gotta be ready, focused all the time.
And then Pop, I guess last one from me. In terms of what you were able to do, did you feel like this is a confidence boost, just not only for not having the turnovers, but just a confidence boost in terms of your offensive game and just what you can do without the passing and kind of all those things?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's for sure a confidence boost. You know, I'm just, you know, learning day by day. You know, like I haven't had a chance to like practice like everybody else too. Like I didn't start practicing until September 28th, I think was the date. So I've been practicing for a month. You know, got thrown into the fire right away. So, you know, just the fact that I'm 1 month into my college, you know, experience and playing basketball. You know, now I'm thrown into the wolves like this in a big time game like that. You know, that was for sure a confidence booster. Just knowing like, you know, I've only been playing basketball for like 2 months out of the past 6 or 7. So for sure.
I know this game just ended, but up next, y'all, this is for both of y'all. Y'all play in Maui, big time competition, obviously cool venue. What are your thoughts about going to Maui and playing there? Start with you.
I'm excited, honestly. I've been watching the Maui all my life. You know, growing up, you know, always been the best college tournament. So, you know, going out to Hawaii, you know, to try to get 3 big wins, you know, we got a tough one up first for Creighton, so we're very excited about that. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, same. Just like him, we're gonna play against 3 really good teams. We're all gonna be ranked, so it's gonna be a lot of good experience for us since we're young. Play against those kind of teams early in the season. That's gonna be really like good for later, and we can like win places in the ranking. So I'm really excited.
And Pop, what do you feel like the team has learned about itself in this 3-game homestand?
Shoot, I feel like we're still learning a lot, but I feel like just, you know, how together we are. You know, we when adversity hit, you know, nobody like panicked. You know, in that huddle, we all stayed calm. You know, we all said like we're good. Like just, you know, keep going, get back to being ourselves, hang our hat on the defensive end. You know, I think we're really good defensively. You know, we're really good in our rotations and stuff like that. So, you know, I just feel like so far we've learned that, you know, we're really together and, you know, everybody is having fun out there together.
Any other questions for Lars? All right, appreciate it, guys.